Hi everybody, so my name's Ashley Prendergast and today I'll be talking to you about our marketing campaign for Nutritional Yeast. So first of all, we want to determine a good starting off point for our marketing campaign, and to do that we wanted to see what the general public's knowledge or interpretation of what nutritional yeast is at this point. So to do that we talked about nutritional yeast, in conversation, engaged people's responses, as well as asking if they knew what it was or just asking, what is it? So the information we got back, a lot of people have a knowledge deficit about what nutritional yeast is. We got a lot of, what the heck is nutritional yeast? What's that? I've never heard of it. It sounds gross, with a sour puss in their face. And we got some responses of people saying any type of yeast that's used in food or drink. So, the yeast that's used to make bread or used to make alcohol, such as beer. So we determined that we have a large knowledge deficit, so that was a good thing to know, that we, have to start off small and educate. That will be a lot of our marketing efforts. So just a little bit about nutritional yeast. So in 1 tablespoon, there's 60 calories. It's relatively low in fat, has some carbs, it has high fiber, high protein, it has some other, folic acid, selenium. But what we really noticed is it has high B vitamins, and these are fortified, but they're good for energy. It's specifically B12, which is important for people who are vegan or follow any type of diet that limits animal products. So we really saw this as a way to market. So in our campaign, we want to focus on that nutrition, that B vitamin, that energy boost, as well as the B12 to prevent deficiencies in those populations that tend to avoid meat products. And we also want to show people that cheesy, nutty flavor that nutritional yeast can give to many different types of food. So those are, our major things that we want to get out to the public. So our market is more of a younger population, age 18 to 39, kind of have that urban living, new age mindset, tolerant, very open-minded. They're probably educated, have a college education of some sort. They're financially stable, so they're willing to pay a little extra for natural foods or organic foods, that sort of thing. They're probably concerned with the environment and their carbon footprint. They're probably health conscious, so whether that be by following a well-balanced diet, with exercise, that sort of thing. And they also probably have a passion for cooking, trying new things, just getting creative with their cooking choices. And again, those vegans, the vegetarians, the people that avoid meat products, this is one of our major markets to this population. So in terms of branding, nutritional yeast is also called nooch. It's one of kind of the slang terms for people in the know. So we kind of want to bring this into our campaign. Not completely, because as we know, nutritional yeast, that's what it says in the package. So we don't want to completely go away with nutritional yeast, but nooch does sound, newer, fresher, more appetizing, more fun. So we kind of want to integrate this terminology into our campaign. We want to make sure when people think of it, they think of healthy food, getting really creative with their dishes, eating freshly prepared foods, whether that be, fresh produce or making things from scratch, none of the pre-processed foods. So some of our campaign ideas, setting up sample booths in Whole Foods. We'll get into this a little more, but providing samples, information to the public. For mass media, we want to have a segment with Ellen DeGeneres on her show. For magazine articles, just information, whether it be recipes or what nutritional yeast or Nooch actually is and what it's good for, what it can be used for. On the professional front, we want to be involved with Fancy. We want to have a booth there to kind of influence the influencer, talk to dietitians about the importance of vitamin B12 for the vegan population, provide samples of foods with nutritional yeast in them, provide information, tips on how to include it in, common recipes. This way, when they're talking to a client or a patient, they'll be able to give this information to the patient or the client. And so we also want to have a web presence, having a website with a blog attachment where we'll have nutrition information, recipes, access to our cookbook that we'll produce. And we also want to have an Instagram and a Twitter where we're going to utilize the hashtag NoochNight. So more on the Whole Foods. The Whole Foods target market is pretty much right on par with our target market. So we thought it'd be really important to go into Whole Foods, or as they are also termed, America's healthiest grocery store. So we want to have booths set up in there to give out samples of nutritional yeast or Nooch products, such as the nacho popcorn or vegan chocolate peanut butter cups. So provide the samples, have recipe cards, have a brochure there for take-home information. So not only are we talking to and educating people one-on-one, but we're also providing them with take-home material as well. On more of a mass media front, a couple years ago, I'm not sure if you're aware, but Ellen DeGeneres had a blog and kind of segment called Going Vegan with Ellen, where she discussed her life being vegan. It was a good information sharing site, sharing recipes, ideas, stuff like that. So we're going to do a revamp of that. We're going to have a special episode where Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth both are young, kind of popular at this time and with this audience, when they'll discuss their new projects coming on, those engagement rumors that we recently heard about, as well as their diet and lifestyle, as they are both vegan as well as Ellen. So it'll be for them to kind of go back and forth and talk about what it's like being vegan. As Ellen mentioned, she feels it's a much more compassionate lifestyle, so discussing that and how that plays in with other factors in their life. And then they'll bring in the use of nutritional yeast or Nooch for the vitamin B content, that energy on late nights and whether that's recording or filming, vitamin B12. Because they're not consuming animal products, so they want to prevent deficiency, and just how they use it, whether that be, a cheese substitute to throw on popcorn or throw on vegetables, or in recipes. So just kind of going back and forth, getting more information out there, and with any other Ellen show, providing samples to the audience, recipes, maybe cookbooks, anything like that, just to get more information, more education for the public. Okay, and again, we're going to have news articles, so both informational, what Nooch or nutritional yeast is, what the nutritional impacts are, its nutritional content, what can be used for, what it prevents, as well as having articles about recipes and just small little blurbs about what it is, but how to use it. Again, to get it out to the public. We want to have a cookbook of vegan recipes that include nutritional yeast as an ingredient, so different snacks, meals, dessert. As you see, there's potato chips, popcorn, kale, Alfredo, the peanut butter cups, pesto, macaroni and cheese. So all these things will have recipes in the cookbook. And that cookbook will be available on our website. So we'll try and take a look at that. Okay. Move that over a little. Okay, so again, this is just kind of a template, not much in the terms of styling at this point, but we'll get somebody in, a designer, to do a better job with the website. But just an idea, we'll have, a blog section where we'll discuss nutrition content, stuff like that, new up and coming news. We're going to have a section for recipes, so nacho dip, again, popcorn, macaroni and cheese, fun recipes, and then a link to our cookbook with purchasing information. Ebook will be available. Okay, let's go back. And then again, we want to have a Twitter account and the Instagram, and really coin that, make it a Nooch night. As you can see, we've already started that. And this kind of embodies our whole campaign. The entire feed right now is of vibrant, creative recipes, and there's a variety of things. There's rice and pasta, pizza, burger type things, burritos. So that's kind of what we want, and fresh and healthy. The vegetable content is great. So again, this kind of comes full circle, that even down to the Instagram really showcases what we're all about and what we want to show to the public that's important to us and what we want them to know. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. Thank you for listening to my sales pitch.